Alright guys, we are back up on your screen right now. The current standings as things stand for the Challenger Cup overall. North America, of course, locked in already, but Europe, Group A right now, we're looking at what could potentially be a three-way tie to close things out overall. If this next game, it's Septem 7 versus Team Illusion, if they are able to find, or if Team Illusion find a win in this game, we will have a three-way tie overall. I'm rearranging the screen right now, trying to get the lower third up at the bottom of the screen. Get rid of that slideshow. There you go. That's where things stand. Stuff not updated. Rank, tell us exactly how we're going to play this one out going forward if Team Illusion find themselves a victory over Septem 7 in this next game.
Okay, so what happens in this next game is Septem 7 and Team Arcadia are going to go up against each other. Septem 7 sitting at 4-1. You can see that on your screen. Team Illusion 3-2. The score, if Team Illusion win the game, they will increase by 1 to go to 4-2, leveling them with Team Arcadia. If Septem 7 lose this game, obviously because Team Illusion won it, they will go to 4-2, giving us a three-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. All three of these teams have 1-1 records against it. Now, the way we decided the games yesterday in Group B was that Resist Gaming and Torch went 3-3 with each other, but Resist were 2-0 over Torch from the group stage. From both of their matches they played, they beat Torch, right? So they had a 2-0 stage, so they advanced. We can't do that today. We're into a three-way tie, and from my experience in this sort of thing, I'm not going to say anything today. I'm not going to say anything because I jinxed it a little bit yesterday, and I wasn't quite sure on the rules. So I'm going to read up on them before I open my mouth again.
Oh yeah, for the most part, tiebreakers will be played if it is in fact a three-way tie. You can't rely on those head-to-head matchups. One of these teams could potentially sneak through. Where I know I believe you said Septem 7 and Team Illusion are 1-1, or will finish 1-1 with each other. Arcadia may actually be sitting 2-0 with both these teams. We're not entirely sure. We do have to speak with the admins. The decisions will be made behind the scenes. We'll let you know about that as soon as
Arcadia can't sit 2-0, both of these teams. I ran through their matchups. They can't have sat 2-0.
It will be
with both these
tiebreakers.
Teams.
We're not exactly sure. It may... I'm not entirely sure, guys. I honestly don't know exactly the format of the tiebreakers going forward. If that situation does occur, if we find ourselves in a situation where we have a three-way tiebreaker coming up, we'll let you know as soon as we know ourselves exactly how it's going to be played out. It's not exactly spelled out in the rules exactly how it'll be played, but it may be a first-to-2 wins scenario. They may just continue playing until a team has won 2 games against the other one. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. We'll let you know. And for now, though, we have the game Septem 7 to face off against Team Illusion. Let's go ahead and jump into picks and bans for that. And, yeah, like I said, it's going to come down to, can Team Illusion find victory over Septem 7 in this one? If they can, in fact, do that, it will, well, like I said, three-way tie. It leaves us
with a conundrum.
Yeah. So, guys, picks and bans about to get underway. Let's go ahead and pull that up onto the screen. And for now, I don't know, what are you looking to see out of both these teams? Obviously, they both very much need the victory right here. Team Illusion more so because they're currently sitting 3rd seed. They don't want to find themselves knocked out on the back of this one.
Yeah, so expect Team Illusion. I really want to see both of these teams right here just go for comfort, right? We just saw Daza playing amazing Agni, almost set up things to get snowballed back in the opposite direction in that last game. He gets a Janus this time. I really like this call. But Sylvanus and Athena are both left up on the table. Thor and Neath were the 2 bans coming through from the guys on the side of Team Illusion. They were clearly watching that last game between Septem 7 and Arcadia, saw the Neath in the solo lane and how punishing it could have been if that game went any later.
Yeah, for now, Darza are going to lock in Janus for himself for the first pick for Septem 7. Team Illusion looking at Apollo pickup right now, get that split push potential online. And, yeah, it's going to be... I really want to see what these teams draft. There may be opportunities to pick up some nice big pickups. Circuit is available. I know Pikachu for a long time, that was his go-to pickup as far as junglers go. But there's still a lot of potential picks on the table. Sylvanus getting looked at as well, picking that up. So a big, strong presence out of that support role, as that will get locked in, as that timer did wind on down. Very, very highly contested pick, over 50% win rate, banned frequently as well. It's over to Septem 7 to pick up 2 additional gods.
Oh, they've got the Bellona here as well. And they've already locked in Apollo, right? So Apollo and Bellona, we've already seen how much of a bad matchup that is. They can potentially run this in the dual lane if they want. They're gonna wait, and they're gonna get at least one more pick before they have to make up their minds from the side of Septem 7. This crucial next part of the draft, it's all gonna be down to what they pick up next, and I expect it 100% to be a jungler to come through from the side of Team Illusion.
Yeah. We're in the counterbans though. Let's see what gets banned out for the time being. Batz, another one. You know, it should be in every jungler's playbook at this point in time. Just such a powerful team fight god with the setup of that Fear No Evil. A lot of late game damage as well for them. Agni, very strong, kind of not balanced. One of the other casters used a great word for it the other day. I can't remember what the word was, but very consistent, I think is a good way to put it.
That's it. Yep.
No bad matchups, no real I'm going to run away with this game matchup. You know what to expect out of Agni. He's always going to be that one kind of strong backbone of a team, because unless he falls really far behind and just isn't doing a lot, that is always a possibility, as with any god in Smite. He's going to be able to contribute a lot to a fight, even if he's forced to say, I'm so squishy, I can't do anything but drop bombs over the wall. Well, that's still going to help out a big deal in the fight, because it's going to be a lot of AoE damage.
Yeah, and it's into a Janus as well, so there's not really a major way. It went for the solo laner! Illusion went for the solo laner! This is now 100% Septem 7's game to go, right, what do we want to run? We had this run against us last game. Are we practice on it? That's the first thing they need to ask themselves.
I mean, they can easily say, no, it's here, we can pick up Hercules, have that kind of big, tanky, late-game god as well out of the solo lane. But there's not too many matchups, to be fair, against here. He'll struggle a little bit early on against certain matchups, and as things are looking right now, they still definitely need an AD carry pickup. They're looking at Xbalanque. If you have to pick up an AD carry, Xbalanque is still very reliable in that regard. Look at Sobek, though, possibly for the support. There's some anti-healing mixed in the kit, which will definitely help out against Sylvanus, Tyr, and to an extent Tyr and Apollo with the lifesteal and power cleave healing. But Sobek, no, to be fair, actually, looking, it's like not necessarily a high-tier support pickup, but there's really not much left on the table right now. What else is there? Bacchus, they could look for a Hercules and an Odin, kind of go for those off kind of pick supports. But
Athena. No,
Athena's banned.
Why did they ban Athena? Why did they ban Athena when...
Athena was the first round.
Weird.
Athena was the second round ban, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, she was. They banned out Ymir and Ulla. That's really, really weird. They didn't pick up Athena.
The thing behind that was probably because they could have picked that up next, stuck her mid, or not mid, jungle or solo, or even mid. It's been done. Kiki doing his thing that he does with anybody, and then not even knowing how to build the god that he just picked up to play in a professional game. It is what it is.
Okay,
it happened.
So
Cabrakan gonna be the locked-in final pick.
Bellona has a terrible matchup into tier, so I actually expect them to flip it here. And something else, Septem 7 have brought in a sub for this game.
Ooh,
Ducky was not in that last game.
He was not. This is interesting. Lopez is their solo lane. It's going to be solo lane Xbalanque up against Tyr. It's going to be a reasonably decent matchup for him. There could be role swaps coming as well. We're not entirely sure where Ducky is going to end up in that matchup. They may just swap roles, because Lopez may be more comfortable playing that hunter role in the duo lane than Ducky. We'll see exactly what happens once we get into the game itself. But the way this game is looking right now, it's going to be curious to see how this one plays out. We did just get word back from the admins, guys. If this game does go to Team Illusion, we'll be moving on to another round-robin tournament with just these 3 teams. It will be, I believe, the first 2 teams to 2 victories in that setup. So there's a lot still potentially remaining for today. Septem 7, though, in this game, last game out of Group A for the normal game rounds. We'll see if Team Illusion can pull this one out and bring us to a 3-way tie, or if Septem 7 can dash their hopes here in their final match of Week 7 regular group stage play. Alright, guys, we're back. Septem 7 facing off... production. God damn it. Team Illusion. Team Illusion.
Septem 7 versus Team Illusion. Team Illusion are going to be your red side, Septem 7 are going to be your blue side. And this is the game to decide whether we're going to 3-way tiebreakers.
It'll be interesting.
This is going to be intense. We've seen Lopez as well switch over to that hunter role.
That's going to be a big factor in this upcoming game. It's going to be Ducky taking over the solo lane role from Lopez. He'll be moving over to the duo lane, like you said, with that Xbalanque pickup. probably the hyper carry of hyper carries in Smite. Early game, he's going to struggle a little bit against the wave clear. Sylvanus Apollo, while Apollo lacks a little bit in the wave clear department, Sylvanus is definitely going to more than make up for it. It's going to come down to late game. While Apollo will have the in-hand attack speed increase of his passive, will that make up for the fact that Lopez is going to have potentially 30 extra physical power from his passive, plus extra damage on branching bolas, plus 2 additional targets potentially being hit by the branching bola virus being thrown all over the place? That's going to be the question late game. Split push as well from Kirko with that Apollo, but Lopez is definitely going to be doing a lot more damage in a straight-up fight.
Yeah, that's the thing to really keep in the back of your mind as well. Lopez, I like this Transcendent Star, right? The tier 2, the Charge Morning Star, 150 starting mana. This eliminates a lot of the problems that he actually does have in lane. The problem with this start, though, is as soon as he burns any abilities, any damage he takes, it sticks onto him, and we know how bad a laning phase that a Xbalanque really has, so he's got to be very, very careful, and this is a lane swap for him. This is going to be rough, but I also think the Xbalanque was picked so that he could actually give himself some space. He does do bad in the early game, alright, that's fine, that's not a problem. You'll get into late game, you're going to be a Xbalanque. I think that's why they picked it.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. They really have no kill potential or push potential in this lane for a good long while. Zad is going to be able to keep those health bars topped up very easily. Plus, the push being seen once again, the wave is going to be advancing slowly but surely, forcing Big Man Tanks to tank that wave up. Samsa's on his way over here right now. He does have Blink on that jungle Cabrakan. He's waiting nearby, looking for that opportunity to find a potential gank. If Zada finds a grab, they're going to go all in for a kill. There's a charge prey aggressive. If Big Man Tank is actually charge preys forward right now, he'll go aggressively. Samsa's going to poke his nose out, share this wave of experience. So we're going to know he was on this side of the map. The gank not going to be working out for them because of that. But Mid Harpy is a little bit off right now. We could potentially see a fight over those.
Yeah, it's just showing himself, putting some lane presence on the left-hand side to say, hey, we've got total control over here. Zada can rotate early because the wave is cleared out earlier by him. And he's got the attack speed buff online that just falls off, right? They're going to have so much more push potential and pressure on this left-hand side that Zada's definitely getting to those mid-camps. Big man Tings, they've got to make a call, and they've got to make it early on this next wave.
Yep, right lane, the Rally Invicta comes on down from Bellona, doing some damage on the Cavs Foods. Back and forth trade for the time being. Ducky barely win this lane out, looking to finally box things back and forth. Minion wave, though, in favor of Kazpoo, the Lullbringer. Fearless knockbacky ability off tier. Finds some damage on the Ducky, pushes him back towards his own tower. Can drop the Scourge down, clear out the remainder of that wave. Harpies spawning right now. Team Illusion looking to secure left side. Who ended up
and right
those?
side.
Yeah.
They got both of them. They got both sets of them because Samsa walked around and tried. It was just too late. Like, Big Man Tings had already hogged them. Lopez looking at Kirko at the moment. So they got 2 sets. Septem 7 going to take a small early lead in this one. That's a really, really good job from them, too.
Rally Invicta. I probably said Rally Invicta. Sorry, chat. I'm distracted. It's Eagles Rally / something. What is it?
Roma Invicta.
Roma Invicta. Close enough. They both start with an R. My math has been okay today. My words have been decent today, but apparently my ability name / ability shouts while the god uses the ability not quite so much. That said, the actual game, look at that being picked up. Heavy Hammer online for Bellona, that kind of bread and butter item for her. You want to stick to somebody, you want to play a slow, and with her passive as well, giving her that increased movement speed, she is superb at doing exactly that. Up against Tyr, he only has that Cudgel and Death's Toll online. It's a little bit more sustained in lane when he's clearing the waves up with those in-hands, but in a straight-up one-to-one fight, for now at least, if Kazpoo is not careful with his positioning, he may be forced to use the Lawbringer to escape a kind of 1v1 situation.
That's totally fine, though. I mean, how often do you see them use Lawbringer just to gap close / distance create, right? That's gap close / escape. Pikachu's looking for some invade pressure, and he's got his solo laner coming across. They get the ultimate to come down as well. Samson's in trouble. Yep,
he's low on health, trying to save himself, keep himself alive. Ducky finds that first kill. Going forward, we'll see now if they can find a kill to respond to this one. They're looking for number 2 as well. Team Illusion going to be able to force them out of the jungle. Speed buff has been saved, but not without losing one member of the team and giving up that first blood.
Yeah, poor Samsa. He's paying for it at this point in time. But hey, anyway, that's something online for Ducky. That's something really needed in this lane. He's already heading on towards that Frostbound Hammer as well, so his pressure across the map is going to be really, really strong. Left-hand side of the map, already a base coming out from Xbalanque. He's going to get that stacking on the Transcenders done very quickly, and then he's going to have a lot more fight pressure a lot quicker.
So now looks like in the jungle. Big Man Ting's about to run into a tree. Let's see if they can turn something into this charge prey. Pulls him back towards Darzer. Unstable Vortex finds damage, but the Wisps come out, healing himself back up. Looking for a grab to under the tower, but not quite connecting on that. Darzer going to go back to farming up this mid lane. Speed buff getting picked up right-hand side of the jungle. As a bit of a lull will arrive, Harpy is going to be up in about 40 seconds. That's when we're going to see the next action coming out.
Yeah. Will spawn, people will fight over them, but they did take both sides at the exact same time coming through from Septem 7, so they know the exact spawns of them. The trouble with that for contesting second camps and taking second camps is that, again, they need to rotate multiple members to try and pick that one up. Whether we see Bellona come across, it's probably going to dictate whether or not they contest both camps. Looking in the waters burn from Big Man Tings on the attack speed buff? That's really curious.
That may have just
Really
been
curious.
a bit of a fat finger. It happens.
But
It happens to
anyway.
the best of us at the worst of times.
Poppies, pluck,
The fight's
Darder's gonna be the
slowly
focus down.
starting. As,
and focus on towards Big Man Tings. He's going to be dropping at least half health. Man, we just did that thing where we both try and take the team fight at the same time, and then we both try and give it off at the same time.
yeah. Fight does slowly continue. Pikachu going to drop down the fear over defensively to make sure he can stay alive. Through space and time comes through the middle of the team fight. Just the field goes between a split the post. We'll go with that between his team and the enemy team, and just kind of provide a little bit of colorful action through the middle of the team fight. Pikachu now going back in the jungle with Big Man Tings, picking up that damage buff for Darzer whenever he makes his way over to pick it up. But look where Team Illusion are right now. Gold Fury underway as a bird is floating past the camera. It's stuck in place. That was odd.
Septem 7, they're looking to contest.
They're going to force the reset. So it's early in the game. You don't want to start overcommit to a Gold Fury pickup. It's early enough. Doom Orb is online for Darzer. There's a small lead by Septem 7 right now that Team Illusion really don't want to look for a fight for the time being.
Agni opting to go for the tiny trinket as well, looking for a Bancroft's Talon first item instead of anything else. Doom Orb, it's going to provide a lot more power and a lot more potential to come through from a Janus early on into this game as well.
Yep, a lot of extra of those stacks. 2 magical power per stack on that item, and he still has a long way to go to build it up to completion. That's another thing. Shoes of Focus rushed down by Shoes of the Magi, rushed by Resu. It's a decent little bit of extra magical power, some extra mana as well. On Agni, yeah, you want the extra magical power, but you're not really too heavily reliant on mana because the ultimate, the Rainfire, does work off of those little halos that automatically regenerate themselves. To be fair, how does he only end up with 3? And why does each head not get its own halo of halos? The questions. We don't have the answers to them. We can only speculate. 6 Agni Bombs, though, would be absurd.
Would very much be very absurd, especially if they cast like two circles in like a figure 8 pattern right beside each other. That would be pretty damn OP. But Septem 7 are going to be the second ones to initiate on towards this Gold Fury. Again, the Force Away is going to come through. They spot out the ward. They clear it out. They're looking for control of the pit. At this point in time, no block to come through from Tings, and he gets stunned out. This could be a problem. The
One more.
Weevil's online to try and help him out. Oh, he lives with a sliver, and Lopez finds his first stack.
He does indeed. Bo, hello! Kirko from across the sky is deep in the enemy backline now, looking to run away through space and time, portaling 2 members over, 3 members as well, as Pikachu won't join things up. That's another 5 physical power for Lopez. He's sitting 10 on that passive right now. Team Illusion need to make sure they're not giving up too much. You cannot go. You go 1-for-1 with the Xbalanque. He's the one who's going to come out ahead because that passive gets built up just that much more quickly. It's not a bird floating here. What is with the birds? You may not be seeing them. There are birds floating all over this map. Someone's like dive bombing this portion of the wall. He's just kind of stuck. Apparently, Kronos is watching over this map and freezing people in time, or birds in time at least.
Damn it, Kronos. I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where you're looking at.
Right over the wall between the Fire Giant and the right side Harpies. There's like a bird stuck there on the camera, on my side of things at least. I don't know. Big Man Tings, what are you doing? You're looking for the Harpy spawn over here on the left-hand side of the map. Nobody over there in time to stop them. They had no vision. They were expecting more people to be there. There was 3 members of Team Illusion nearby. If they just kind of glanced around that corner, would have realized that Big Man Tings was alone. We could have looked for him potentially. But left side Harpies will have been given up. Right side. Did Team Illusion manage to secure those? Or Septem 7 was Pikachu nearby to pick those up?
Pikachu was not there.
No?
I don't know. The rogue spawn. I don't know. I didn't see that one.
We don't have the answers to these either. Gold Fury, though, once again going to be started up and forced to be reset by Septem 7. Neither teams want to really fight. Bomb coming over the wall. Connects for a lot of damage. as they're going to look to disengage, and maybe Team Illusion looking to start this up once again. Lifesteal is online for Kirko, so we could definitely look to potentially sort of solo. It's still early. The stack's not fully built up, so he's going to take a decent chunk of his health bar at the expense of picking up a Gold Fury potentially.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to lifesteal through, 95% of the damage. He's going to be able to lifesteal through more like 50% at this point in time. But that's going to quickly not be a problem. Alcy already completed for Lofez as well, so he's going to absolutely shred through early Gold Furies and early opposition. He's going to do a lot of damage at this period in the game. And look at the trades he's able to put down towards Kirko. Kirko's in trouble in this left-hand lane, but look in the jungle.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming down from the skies right now. Samsa could look for the Pikachu, waiting on that cooldown for that somersault to go over the wall. He will make that safely, but straight into a Wrath of Terra, and a blink over from Samsa will find that kill. The damage right now, Lopez is actually hitting for about 30-40% more damage than Kirko is because of the passive stacks and that Transcendence being fully stacked already. Never mind his AoE damage attached with the bolus. Another bird.
And he's got 15% physical lifesteal. I think he actually might be... He might actually be up on lifesteal at this point in time. No. 5. Stack, 15. No, he's down. He's down just barely. He's down by like 2% on lifesteal. So he's pretty much even, but he's got a lot more power, right, than coming through than Kirko at this point in time. So that's what's winning the trades out. That's why he's doing a lot more. Is because he's lifestealing similarly, and with the bonus damage, he'd be lifestealing for identical, if not slightly more.
I am distracted by birds right now. They are all over the place, and they are frozen in places as well. This is not correct, guys. I don't know what is up with this one. This is weird. There's another one. They're everywhere. The birds. The birds. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't even have a bird in that spot. I don't know what you're looking at.
There are birds everywhere. Wait, okay.
Maybe they think you're a little bit cuckoo.
Nobody's near each other. We can go ahead and do this. We need relief. Go to the beach. Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep an eye on the map. There's a fight going on. The crabs, guys, as a fight breaks out. Sort of. They're near each other on the map. I panicked for a second there because I was screwing around with the camera.
We all do.
We're okay.
We always
do. Okay. We didn't miss anything.
Anyway. Yeah. So, Smite's going on in front of us, but take a look down the item pathing. Look at Data, as Daza actually gets a kill on the mid lane. And Winged Blade is the first pickup. He's got no gold generation on the side of that Sylvanus.
He needs the item. He's behind right now. Zada needs to get that health online. He needs to get that extra movement speed as well. It's kind of that all-in-one bundle item with that Winged Blade. It'll definitely help out, although it's not the ideal item for him to get early on. Big Ben Tings get pulled under the tower, but immediately he'll turn that around, pull him back out. Wrath Tower to respond. As Tectonic Shift is dropped on down, but didn't actually catch anybody out. Pulled back and forced out of the fight. Zada's going to be forced back to base. Stars are looking for the kill. Unstable Vortex barely going to miss. He will escape with his life.
Yeah, but how good a game is Daza having right now? He's doing so well in this mid lane. Hit that 50 stacks very early on, and he's never looked back. He is just having an impact like no other. And he's going to rush into that Chronos Pendant as well. Next item, a lot more power, a lot more cooldown reduction. Who really wants to see Janus moving across the map through a bunch more portals more quickly? Well, he does, apparently.
Indeed. Apparently that Janus kill was a lot more hype than we made it out to be. I don't know exactly where that occurred. That may have, in fact, been like a base snipe or something to that effect. I don't know. I was distracted with birds at that point in time. They're everywhere. I still don't know why. It's frightening. If you've ever seen the movie The Birds, you would know why. They're invading Smite. We don't have a bird god. As far as I'm aware, we don't have a bird god coming. Maybe Amazon Cobb said the bees. We have the birds. He's shifting focus and he just shoots birds at people.
They look more like pigeons though than eagles, so it's not Odin.
They're definitely hawks of some sort. They're not. I don't know. Maybe a falcon. I'm not entirely sure the difference is. I'm not going to comment on it because the ornithologists among us may get angry with me. I hope that's the right word. Otherwise, people will get angry with me nevertheless. But yeah, there's a game, guys.
We've run out of banter, I think, at this point.
I don't know. We're kind of birds. We're at the bottom of the barrel right now. It's Septem 7 versus Team Illusion, the final match out of Group A. Potentially, if Team Illusion take this victory, it is going to be a three-way tie with Septem 7, Team Illusion, and Team Arcadia, previously known as Six Sigma, as a fight breaks out in the left lane. Wrath Terra forced by Zada, As that Darkest of Night stun connects, he will fall. Pikachu cleaning up that kill. Darkest of Nights, it's very... I don't say it's hard to avoid the stun. I don't say it's easy to avoid the stun. It's tricky to avoid the stun while also maintaining as much movement as possible. In the middle of a fight like that,
trying to run
it's
away.
not easy.
No, that's what makes it so strong as well, is it also controls your opposition's vision, and because vision is so crucial to sustaining objectives, it's really, really strong to securing Gold Furies, Fire Giants, those sorts of things, and Lopez, he's looking for another kill.
He can definitely outbox Kirko right now. Level difference really starting to show 16 to 13. He will have time to channel that across the skies and get himself out of that one. Tier 1 tower will fall in the mid lane meanwhile. Septem 7. We haven't really talked about the gold experience this thing standing right now, but just 15 minutes into this one, Bird again, 5,000 gold in favor of Septem 7, 7,000 experience. They're building themselves a nice, strong lead, and this is basically on the back of farm. They have that Gold Fury. They're looking for the objective steals. We're looking at the wrong lane.
Really, really low, but Resu's going to be able to pick up one on towards Big Man Ting. Pikachu finally takes out Samsa in response. But look at the damage from Daza and Lopez is here as well. They haven't got the damage in the right places right now from Team Illusion. They're just not able to get into the right positions to win these ones out, and Kirko might be in trouble.
Yeah, looking like a good start. We'll send out two. Pikachu Sacred Monkey connects. Teleport, not finding the hits. Overhand will do exactly what he was looking for on this one. Zeta now looking to chase one hit. Fear of Evil dropped on down. Pikachu trying to buy time for the execute and will, I believe, find it. Did he? I don't have the graph up. Did he get the assist on that one?
He got out. There was no... it was an execute, so...
Good stuff, good stuff. Worked out as planned. Now Zeta looking for another one. Lopez saying, I don't mind. I will dive you happily under this tower as well. Branching Bola is hitting for about 40 damage right now on Zeta. Only that Wing Blade Online, no protections, so even those Guardian protection scaling is just from leveling up, not really doing a whole lot right now. Full-on hits, never mind the crit that is yet to come online for Lopez. He is very far ahead right now of most of the opposition. Tyr is doing a good job casting the slow in to hold on. He's actually ahead of his opponent in lane, but mid lane you can see level of discrepancy, jungle and supports as well just a little bit. So Septem 7 right now definitely in control of this matchup. As Gold Fury is about to spawn, they can definitely look for to either pick one up or force a fight at it.
Yeah, and check out Ducky as well. He's gonna get chased down a little bit by Kazpu. He's already onto his Frostbound Hammer, and he's got Nick Aval as well, so his boxing potential with Kazpu is really, really strong. See, as soon as Kazpu finishes trading, look at the swing back in favor of Ducky. It's only those Archer minions that are keeping Kazpu in front of these fights at the moment, but Ducky might be in a world of trouble. It's that Frostbound Hammer, the Death Toll, the Ikaval, and the Scourge. He is just doing so much lifesteal with that one over periods of time towards Kazpu. And there's not a huge steal Kazpu can do once he's burned his cooldowns to clear waves.
Yeah, well, with a little bit of help from Darzer right there, was a 2-point delivery from Big Man Tangs as they start the Gold Fury right now. Darzer zoning those guys out. They want nothing to do with this team come Septem 7. They know what's going on. They want to contest it, but really can't. Look where Samsa getting forced out by the Fear No Evil as they look to chase down that kill. Refraction Shield finds the stun to one. Tectonic Shift dropped down as well, but it's not going to be nearly enough to turn that around. Blink over the wall gets Zeta out safely with the through space and time. They're looking to chase this kill down and find another one.
Lopez has got a lot of damage, and look at those in-hits starting to come out. Zada's not getting out of here. The Whisper trying to do what he can, but Wrath of Terror bought him a little bit of time and some really nice juking skills, but you can't really dodge the Unstable Vortex. It's a little bit too hard to dodge at that range.
That was great juking. If he had managed to dodge that Unstable Vortex and go beyond that as well, that would have just been like, forget it. But alas, Zeta fell in the end. Sylvanus not the most mobile god in the game. Only regular old boots on lime. Those aren't going to be finished off for quite a while. He's looking to get it tanky as quick as possible, but the gold for now at least just not there. He's 2,000 gold behind the enemy team support. Split pushing is going on, trying to get Team Illusion some money in the bank. They've taken down both outer lane towers. It's helping them keep things as close as they possibly can right now, but look at the gold and experience difference coming up right now. Almost 9,000 gold. Over 12,000 experience. It's gonna be a rough one for Team Illusion to get themselves back into this game.
Check out on the left-hand side, Kirko's trying to push and put some pressure down, but he just can't do it, and Daza snags himself another one. Kirko needed to be aggressive and try and put some pressure on the map, but on that left-hand lane, with Lopez there, 3 levels behind, it's now turned into 4, that was just, it was too much. It was too much pressure, too much forced pressure is the word.
Exactly. They're looking for it. I mean, Team Illusion are trying to do what they can right now. They can't win a team fight straight up the way this is going. Lopez is so far ahead. He has that acid. He has crit online now as well. He's not even looking for the executioner early on just to get that penetration. He's looking straight up to hit hard and just rip through people. And it's going to work out reasonably well. Look at the items picked up by Team Illusion. There's a couple physical protection items online, but it's not making enough of a difference right now for him to be worried about it. He can pick up that rage, look to pick up some physical penetration next, and start to get some attacks in line. Right now, he's just shredding through everybody. It's not going to be enough to stop him.
Now Zada's gonna get forced out. He did get a 4-man ultimate off, but now Casper's coming in. This is for a fight that needs to turn around for Team Illusion, but they can't really do it. Kirko's here. He's gonna try and do what he can, but look at the health bar on the Pikachu. It's so low, but Lopez finds another one, and Ducky's gonna find Zada as well.
You get this gonna be a second kill from that and get a third kill, fourth kill as well as Darza picks that one up deep behind enemy lines. This is now gonna be a Fire Giant pickup for these guys. Resu is waiting nearby. But look at the health bars inside of Septem 7. They're not worried about Resu here. Even if they drop down a full volley of 3 bombs plus all the other abilities, kill potential not really there. He's going to look for Lopez, try and find one. But Ducky has turned his attention over there as the Fire Giant does get picked up. Path of Flames away to safety. May not only buy time, but stop these guys from actually going for an objective right now. But the rest of the team doesn't care. Bede's going to be used, trying to buy himself time for a stun to stay alive a little bit longer, but not able to do so.
I mean, Beads doesn't save you from damage. It's the one major important CC that you can't remove. It's death.
Yeah.
Beads you can't Beads death. Dada, what I'd like to point out from his build path, going into the Mark of the Vanguard and then straight into the Wing Blade, means that they don't even have a Sovereignty online yet. There is no Sovereignty, there's no AoE protections, and you can just see them. They actually did really, really well in that last fight, but what's the difference? There's a Heartward Amulet and there's a Sovereignty online, and it's just working so goddamn well for Big Man Tings. He's so hard to run through. He's got so much more gold. 10.3k to 7k. 3k difference in the supports, and it's continuing to snowball with that Watcher's Gift online.
Yeah. The Wing Blade is definitely the right pickup for the situation. Like you said, the problem is the lack of extra protections on it and the lack of that aura coming off of the item. Sovereignty is finally going to be completed. Boots are still going to be left. Tier 1 boots are going to be sitting there for a good long while. He now needs to rush towards that Heartward to get the physical protection aura online as well to supplement the magical protection off the Sovereignty. Until that happens, he really cannot look for any more selfish items for himself like boots. The Wing Blade does give him movement speed. It's going to be a tiny bit slower than if he had picked up the full-on boots at this point. But probably the one little saving grace for him is the fact that Big Man Tings did go for the shoes and the Magi on Sobek. He's not getting that extra gold off the Travelers, so he's going to be able to keep up a little bit better than he would have otherwise been able to.
Blink Wrath and Terror doesn't land on Lopez because of the 3, and Kirko goes deep looking to try and secure Lopez, but he's forced to try and run out of this one. So Beautiful doesn't land, and Pikachu cleans him up, and that'll probably be the game as the middle Phoenix does now fall. Daz is trying to do what he can here. He's going to come in on the backside, and they're surely going to secure this one up.
Left side Phoenix will fall as well. Caspu now getting caught down the middle as one. Lopez finds his 5th kill in a row. 5-0 not on him for now. As the Surrender Vote did come on out. Portal drop down. Sam's chunked by the Unstable Vortex combo. The Titan is looking a little worse for where drop low 15. They're trying to do what they can to hold on to this one, but Septem 7 have victory in their sights and are looking to close this game out. 23-minute, 30-second mark. One more kill on the board. Zada, the only one left standing, not going to be enough. Septem 7 will dash the hopes of Team Illusion and knock them out of contention going forward. And with that, for Group A of the European Challenger Cup, the two teams moving forward to the Grand Finals have been decided.
Yep, congratulations to Team Arcadia and Septem 7. They'll both be moving on. Septem 7 will take the first seed with a 5-1 record. Their only lost game was against Team Arcadia earlier in the day. I mean, we mentioned it. We dodged a bullet here. It's a lot more games. We would have had to have seen 3 more games at the end of the day from these 2 teams. 3 teams between Septem 7, Team Illusion, and Six Sigma if Illusion had won this game. Unfortunately, they didn't, so Septem 7 go 5-1 and Six Sigma 4-2 with them at 3-3 to finish off the split for Group A.
Yep, we'll have updated stats on screen in just a brief moment, guys. Just updating those quickly, and then you'll actually be able to see them up on the screen. That said, though, it was a crazy set of games out of Group A. We still have a lot of games to go ahead and play in Group B, so we'll have the stats updated on screen for you guys in just a moment. And then afterwards, are these the correct standings now? No, they're not. One more to update. I apologize, guys. We'll be moving on to Group B for the day. And we have a lot more teams and a lot more important matches coming up there as well. So in theory, we would have talked a little bit about that one. It's going to be Myrmidon's Poppies, Team Bizarre, Moonmen facing off against each other. The Moonmen, unfortunately, did disband, so it will be, once again, a 3-team kind of contention for Group B. There is potentially some potential for big ties in that group as well. Myrmidon sitting 3-0 at a group week 1 is similar to what we saw in every other group, but the Poppies, Team Bizarre, especially after the spring split upset in the qualifiers for Poppies, they're thirsty for some big wins going forward.
Yeah, with very good reason. I mean, losing to Dignitas last time around, looking to gain SPL qualification. They want to get back there. They're hungry for it, but they've got to go through Myrmidons. Team Bizarre is the dark horse, but not as dark as you might think. I do recall them winning a split, a tournament, or at least finishing very, very highly, and maybe even beating the Poppies at one point. So they're not out of this yet. If they can get a win against the Poppies, we'll have a 1-1 split between the Poppies and Team Bizarre and be forced to play a playoff match.
That is for sure. That said, guys, we're just going to wrap things up here for the Group A for the European Challenger Cup. We'll be back with Group B in just a few minutes. We'll have the updated stats. I got myself confused trying to update these and talk at the same time. So as soon as those are available, which will be in just a brief moment, we'll have the final updated stats for Group A on screen. That said, we're going to cut back to a quick little break, get ourselves up and ready to go for Group B. So stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back with that in just a few.